Do you keep falling back into a binge eating cycle in spite of everything that you know and everything that you have already tried? If so, then this video is going to be a breath of fresh air because we are going to be talking about 3 keys to stopping binge eating for once and for all without going on any diets, without any food plans, without even focusing on food. So hearing that has you eager to learn more, make sure to like this video so I know to make more videos like this for you. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And in case you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Debbie Lichter, food addiction expert and founder of the Freedom Embodied Academy, where I help high-achieving women who know what to do but who still get stuck in the binge eating cycle have actual freedom from food addiction and food obsession so that you can finally feel comfortable in your skin and have the confidence to be authentically you and shine your light in the world. Okay, so the first key to stopping the binge eating cycle for once and for all is to stop focusing on what to eat. Now, I know this might sound totally counterintuitive, but hear me out. See, most people think that in order to fix your binge eating, you have to go on some kind of diet or some kind of cleanse to balance out the binge or some kind of regimented food plan. But all that does is keep you completely fixated and obsessed with what to eat. But binging on food is not the actual problem. Binging on food is a symptom of the actual problem. So when you put all your focus on what to eat and what you can have and what you can't have, all you're doing is addressing things at the surface level. You aren't addressing the actual problem, and so the binging will come back. In order to stop the binge eating cycle for once and for all, you need to address the actual problem. So what is the actual problem? The actual problem is what's driving you to food in the first place, which is something I go way more into in this video right here. But for our purposes here today, what's driving you to food in the first place is an internal state of discomfort and dis-ease. This internal state of discomfort and dis-ease can show up in many forms, like irritation or annoyance or angst or agitation or feeling like you're separate or feeling lost or feeling alone or feeling like you're not enough or you don't belong or just not feeling okay and not knowing why. This is deeper than our emotions. This really hits us at the core. And when we have these internal feelings of discomfort, not feeling comfortable in our skin, just not being okay internally, dis-ease internally, it drives us for an external source of ease and comfort. And that external source of ease and comfort is found in food, is found in overeating and binging on food. So when you try a new diet or food plan thinking finally that you've got this one, that you're going to do it right, that you're going to stick to it, and you go in with all the best intentions, what has you ultimately slipping up and sabotaging and going back into a binge cycle is not that you're lazy or you're weak or you're undisciplined or that there's something wrong with you. What has you ultimately slip up and sabotage back into a binge cycle is that this underlying discomfort and dis-ease, this internal tension, this internal angst, this internal feeling of being alone or being separate or of not belonging becomes so overpowering that it ultimately will drive you for an external source of ease and comfort. And that's what takes us back to food. This is why the only way to stop binge eating for once and for all and to truly have freedom from food is to learn how to cultivate an internal state of ease and comfort. Because when you have an internal state of ease and comfort, you no longer need to go to an external source for ease and comfort. That is what has the food problem, the binge problem, fall away for good. So if you want to learn more about how to cultivate that internal state of ease and comfort, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below for you to download my Freedom from Food Addiction Clarity Guide. It goes into way more detail about all of that and really what you want to do to get on that path right away. The second key for stopping binge eating for once and for all is to reconnect in your body and rebuild interoceptive awareness. So 99.9% of the people that I've spoken with over the last decade who struggle with binge eating have also shared with me that they feel very disconnected in their bodies. And I completely relate because I was very disconnected in my body and I was a Pilates teacher and health and fitness expert. The truth is that we are living in an epidemic right now of disconnection. Most people are living up in their heads and not present in their bodies at all. But for people who struggle with eating disorders or disordered eating or eating addictions of any kinds, there is overwhelming research that indicates that This population is particularly disconnected in our bodies. What this means for you if you struggle with binge eating is that it is quite possible that you have something called disrupted interoceptive awareness, which pretty much means that your capacity to sense what is going on internally, your sense of hunger, your sense of satiation, your sense of thirst, your capacity to sense your own gut hunches, your capacity to sense your own heartbeat is greatly inhibited. This is what can have us binging well past the point of being stuffed, or can have us eating when we're actually thirsty, or can have us constantly second-guessing ourselves because we are not connected to an innate sense of inner trust. So in order to get on your path of stopping binge eating for once and for all, you have to get reconnected in your body. And we're not just talking about exercise, right? We all know the experience of exercising or going through the motions and not being present at all. This is about learning how to get connected and present inside of yourself. So if you sense that this is an area that you would like some more support, I'm going to leave another link below. I highly recommend that you download my Instant Embodiment Reset Guide. So this has got 5 really simple practices to support you in getting out of your head, starting to get more comfortable in your skin, and it's also going to help you to rebuild interoceptive awareness. The third key to stopping the binge eating cycle for once and for all is to live truthfully. So when you are lying to yourself and others, or withholding truth, or being disingenuous or inauthentic, or people pleasing, or saying yes when you really want to say no, or stuffing your feelings instead of speaking up, all of these things will have you feeling at war internally. And when you are at war internally, you have that internal tension, that internal conflict that is a form of that internal discomfort and dis-ease that we were talking about earlier. This will drive you to food. So when I say live truthfully in order to be free from the binge eating cycle for once and for all, I'm talking about being honest, telling the truth, the whole truth, not just the convenient parts, being authentic, no longer people pleasing, speaking up, not stuffing feelings, and honoring your truth instead of betraying it or ignoring it. When you do these things, you start to dissolve that internal tension. You start to dissolve that internal discomfort and dis-ease. You actually put yourself on the path of cultivating an internal state of ease and comfort. And this actually will put you on your path of freedom from food and freedom from binge eating. Now, if you're feeling inspired by all of this, but a little bit overwhelmed, I just want to say you do not need to try and figure this all out on your own. In fact, these 3 things, cultivating an internal state of ease and comfort, reconnecting in your body, and regaining access to your authentic self, are the very things that I support women with in the Freedom Embodied Academy. So if you're hearing these 3 things and you have that, internal yes, like your heart and soul knows that these have been missing pieces on your path, I'm going to leave a 3rd link in the description box below for you to schedule a call with my team. Let us support you in getting clear on your very next steps for getting on your path of freedom from food and freedom from the binge eating cycle. And more than anything, I just want to acknowledge you for recognizing that your path of freedom from binge eating, of freedom from food, is deeper than what most people are prescribing out there. It really takes a very special person to recognize that. So I just deeply, deeply acknowledge you. And hopefully you've heard something here in this video that can support you on your path. If you did get some value here today, I would love you to give this video a like. Please do subscribe, and I will see you next time.